bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch, one.
All right. I feel like there's always some sort of technical issue that I have while we're on here. So
Yeah. So do we just cut out that beginning part?
yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Just kind of getting into it, you know.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I am freaking tired, dude. I forget how much just whatever. We had the main show yesterday with some clients in it, and just like running around and like, because I had 6 girls doing it, and like each in different divisions. So it's like you're having to like time everything out. Everyone's like asking you, like, oh, what's my next meal? Like, what food am I supposed to have now? And what am I supposed to, especially like a lot of them are first time competitors. But yeah, obviously like competing like as a show day, like it takes a lot out of you, but I feel like as a coach, it is a long day. It's a long day.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben's in the background and he was like, it's worse.
Yeah.
Like being the coach. Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah.
So much.
Your girls looked really good though. I saw like leading up to the show.
Yeah.
You're like some of the before and afters and stuff, and
Yeah.
it looks good.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun, and they all put in a lot of really good work, and I think everybody had a really good time, and the feedback was all like positive from each of them of, what their experience was like, and it sounds like they want to continue and kind of push on and get into some rebounds and off seasons. So yeah, it was really honestly, it was a really, really good show. And it kind of feels invigorating, I guess, to say the least, to kind of have something in Maine that's like feels legit and isn't just like this glorified OCB show or whatever,
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, everyone kind of showed up, and there was actually like really good competition on stage. Like honestly, like one of the more, at least from what I have seen, like stacked like bikini classes at a regional show. Crazy enough, like everybody had some really good tie-ins and was really in shape and stuff. And production wise, it was all like set up really nice, and the facility was really nice, and it was really good. It was really, really, really well ran show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that like the first one that they
had?
Yeah.
Technically. Okay. So, I don't know. Maine's like definitely kind of tried to have something of like a bodybuilding scene and culture, but I just don't think it's ever like been in the right hands. You know what I mean? Of like somebody that is willing to follow like the NPC rules and like what they're looking for in a regional show, and just like the organization of it all, and somebody to actually like, because like the promoter Gino like did a lot of like just physically like coming up, because I think he lives down in the tri-state area, if I'm not mistaken. Could be England, like Massachusetts area, but I can't quite remember. Regardless, like taking the time to actually drive up and like shake hands with like businesses and stuff, and like obviously like do what you're supposed to do as a promoter and look for sponsorships and stuff. And there was like a lot of really quality booths there, and did a lot of stuff for the competitors, which I think is also super important, because that brings the I don't know, like competitors feel like, oh, like this feels like legit, like we got some cool goodies, or like this company, gave me a free freaking tub of collagen protein or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like all this work was like for something really cool and like a really cool experience. And I don't know, I think it's important for something like that to like help the show grow, and somebody that's willing to kind of continue to make improvements in the show, and not just like, oh, it's the Jay Cutler. We know that people are going to compete at the show, so we're not going to, you know what I mean? Kind of try to make the
Right.
improvement something.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
But
sense.
yeah, so it was like the first of like what I would call like a true like quality NPC show with like the proper people. Really good panel of judges. Justin Randall was the head judge.
Oh,
He's a very
nice.
I would say most people know him, but a um, really good retired professional bodybuilder, 212, and he's kind of been taking the judging panels up here by storm. And I don't know, it feels really cool to kind of think that like New England or like Northeast bodybuilding is kind of getting like a little resurgence and kind of, I don't know, just being a little bit more on the map, which is really cool. But
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
yeah. How's everyone else's weekend? Busy weekends for anybody?
Yeah, I feel like just getting back from the Olympia, kind of getting back into. We weren't gone for that long, but it just always the Olympia is so like.
Yeah, so
you
much.
feel like even when you only been gone for a couple days, that it takes a bit to get back into your routine. Like I just hit legs yesterday for like the first time in a while. My legs are so sore. But yeah, what did you guys think about? Have you had a chance to chat about the Olympia yet since it happened last week?
We haven't.
Not really. We
And
haven't
a little
really.
Was the
recap.
Olympia just last weekend? It feels like it was already like a month ago.
Yeah, legitimately just last weekend. Crazy.
Yeah, I guess we haven't been on since then. We didn't because we didn't do it. We didn't do the podcast last weekend. So yeah.
I was extremely happy with how most of the divisions went. Like I think we saw in figure that they're wanting a more streamlined look because you had Rhea and Lola both come in, who are 1 and 2, both come in a lot downsized, right? Especially their upper body. Especially Rhea's upper body was quite a bit downsized compared to last year. So I think we're seeing that that's what they want, a more downsized look versus, obviously Sydney was fairly streamlined, but you had, like Jessica, some of those bigger athletes pushing into that top. And this year they're like, look, now that we don't have Sydney to compare against, we want someone who looks closest to her, and Rhea, in my opinion, matched that. I was really, really, really happy to see how that ended out. I love Jessica, I love Loa, but to me, I think Rhea really does exemplify the balanced figure physique.
Yeah, for sure.
And she's an amazing person. Like she's so. If you've ever talked to her, you have to, like, you're like, what? She's so soft spoken. She's just I think, and she trains hard. I don't know if she still has that ability to train as hard as she used to. She'd be like already yelling 405. I don't know if she can still do that because of the downsize, but she does. She likes to train.
Yeah, which I think is like really nice to see.
So you feel like she like intentionally downsized then?
Oh yeah. They told her to streamline her upper body. So she and Kuba, her coach Kuba, obviously did something this year differently because it worked.
I'm pretty confident, if I'm not mistaken, she was at New York this year, right? She did New York.
That's what she won New York, didn't she?
Right. I think so. I'm trying to remember, but because I feel like I definitely feel like I remember seeing her in person
and being like, "Whoa, she looks so good." I remember like being like blown away with what she was looking like, and
but then I even think like from that to the Olympia, they still even like brought it down just a tad more.
I think so, yeah.
Her and being like,
and they brought her legs up. I either her legs were brought up or the downside upper body made them look bigger. But yeah, she looked great, and I'm happy with how 1, 2, and 3. I know Jessica really expected to take it home. We saw what she was saying in the press conference. which again, that was really crazy and fun in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe some shots were taken that didn't need to be taken, but I thought it was exciting and fun, and helps, bring more excitement and eyeballs to division. I'm all for it. I love Missy. I think she's a great competitor, great person. So whatever, talk your shit, girl. It's fine.
Yeah, right. And like again, too, like we're only seeing kind of what's being put out there. I'd be curious to know if like, you know what I mean, if they're like face to face talking shit, because I can't imagine that. Like I'm sure it's like, oh, I hope you do so good. You look amazing. Like I do.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's that friendly.
Yeah,
I don't think it is,
but it might not be as intense as it's like portrayed, like during a press conference.
Right. Like that's what they want, right? Like a press conference is meant to and like they're asking those kind of questions, like they're trying
to provoke, in the past you had like Kai and Phil go after and Andrea and Angela or Yale. Go after. So in what Jessica said, and I think in a prior interview prior to the press conference, that like she felt like the Olympia was just going to be like a guest posing, like a guest performance, and like people were interpreting that in two different ways. Like one, she thinks she's got it, and she's got it, like she doesn't have any competition, and then two, like, oh, I'm just trying to take pressure off myself. And I don't know what way she meant it at the press conference. She kind of respun it like, oh, I'm trying to have fun,
keep my composure, have fun.
I think she initially meant it as like, I'm just here to get my crown. So Missy interpreted it that way and called her out on it. Like, hey, it's not going to be that easy.
As good a chance as you do, You have a stand on stage next to you, And I think like that was always the exciting part too of like, it's one thing to see Missy on the fitness stage and obviously completely taking over and looking the part, but then it's like, okay, how does she look against these seasoned figure girls?
For sure.
And I think that definitely kind of showed the weaknesses. And I don't know, I guess I didn't really see much afterwards, but I don't really think she had anything negative to say. I think she was very positive with the outcome and felt really good about it. And
I think she initially just wanted to make it to the night show. So
for sure.
She did.
Yeah. Accomplished. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, like you don't get to the Olympia without having something of the mindset of like, no, I'm going to fucking win. You know what I mean? Like you can't not to some degree. I mean, obviously you can have like realistic expectations, but I feel like without that push of like, no, I'm coming to take it, like, I don't know, are you really going to push that hard in your cardio?
Yeah.
Are you really going to push that hard in your workouts?
She's an extremely competitive person. We've seen that, in the past. And I think people, obviously figure and fitness are two different divisions, and the caliber of physiques is, weighed differently in those divisions. But like she is still a 3-time Olympia champ. Like people need to put some like respect on that. Like that's an accomplishment that, people are like, what, you didn't even make it for color. Like she deserves respect. Yeah, like
what?
And like, her leg posterior, her glutes need to come up, but like, she had that injury, and also in fitness you can't really develop that heavily with muscle, limbs, because of the like skills they need to do. So she's had to hold back a little bit.
I'd be curious to ask her if like, I don't know, she felt less taxed like during these preps as a figure athlete than she did as a fitness athlete, because I feel like like I can't imagine like doing what we have to do alone, and then on top of that you have to spend how much time practicing this routine. Like, this is like a high energy routine.
That's got to be the hardest division. Like I listened to a little bit of her YouTube, and she talks about like it's so much. Not like yes, easier, that where she doesn't have to now go practice 2 hours like intense skills and then be worried about like hurting yourself and still dieting and probably still doing cardio on top of all that, like I couldn't imagine what it takes.
Yeah.
And that's why typically you don't see the fitness division, their physique, they're not as conditioned because it's dangerous.
That extra fat, to cushion the joints, tendons, and ligaments. Because I mean, I did gymnastics for years, and you naturally hold a little bit of a leaner physique, but getting too lean, like you said, just becomes a risk injury at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
So figure was exciting. It was all pretty exciting. Women's physique was exciting. I really like Natalia. I think she has such a poppy, amazing, sweepy physique. I was happy with that. And then the little bit of drama afterwards from Sarah.
That was crazy.
That was in pretty poor taste, in my opinion. That's not the same as bringing eyeballs. That was like sore loser.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
Play out for her at next year's Olympia, or if that affects her in any way.
Yeah, and then in the end, even if Natalia was using oil, it's not against the rules.
And then again, you could have Sarah using an entirely different line of PEDs than what Natalia was using. It's
exactly.
There's just no rules. So
PEDs and anabolics for women.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it doesn't mean anything. She won fair and square. She looked better and won that day. So
yeah.
And I feel like she's getting a lot of probably getting a lot of hate, Sarah.
I like how she.
A lot of people were like, "No."
I think it backfired on her. I think
it did.
She was gonna get some support out of it, and whatnot. But it didn't go that way. Not at all.
I like how after she was like, I must say the Brazilian fans are pretty awesome. Like, can't all fans be like this? It's like, come on now, they were dragging you through the mud.
She was like, how do I salvage this?
That is tough. I don't know. I understand. Obviously that's gonna be such a shitty feeling. You know what I mean? That title being taken away from you. You've been the ambassador for the division, and you've got these awards that you sponsor and stuff, and you're sponsoring these shows as the woman's woman and women's physique, and but I feel like if anything, that just means come back better next year and take it back, it's not. I don't know. I think we all agree that it was very.
It felt out of character almost to what she had previously represented as. The Miss Physique winner. It felt putting in her own money and to bolster some of these prizes and for women's physique division, and just felt really out of character. I just didn't think she was that kind of person. I don't know her personally, obviously, but I expected better. Okay, I expected more from you.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it was just this leaning into the whole trying to create some excitement a little too much and just didn't realize that it was a little too far.
I don't know.
I think do it before.
Yeah.
Not after.
Right.
You're the sore loser now instead of
for sure.
Shit at the press con. You could have said it then, and we'd probably all feel differently. But because it's after the fact, it's
for sure.
Just be a good show, be a good sport.
It's definitely a timing thing.
There's always for me been something. Let's see, how can I put this in a way that's okay? I don't know why, because I don't know her at all personally. I will not say I know her whatsoever, but there's been some sort of air about her that has always felt cocky to me. Or
is it the private plane that she comes in on?
Maybe it could be that. There's other comments similar to what she just said that I've seen before. And it has always felt a little bit ingenuine to me. For some reason. So I don't know. It didn't surprise me that much when I saw that. But
gotcha.
I was happy that other people kind of finally were like, oh yeah, that's wrong. That's not okay to say.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was salty the last time she lost a while.
So you guys are saying, yeah, I feel like I do remember some not nice things being kind of tossed around. And
well, even the first year she took the title, and that was the same year that Shanique announced that she was retiring from women's physique. She made body comments to Shanique, like open air on Instagram about like, come and reclaim your title. You know what the people want to see. And she was like, nah, I'm not about that. No.
Yeah, I think Shanique could still take it. Like she had such the perfect physique.
Yeah. I would love to see Shanique in figure, to be honest.
Yeah,
I would love her back.
Got her pro card in like
what,
almost a decade ago now.
Yeah.
Probably,
yeah. I think we talked about this when she switched to there's a show that like she could do anything. Yeah.
Truly,
she could do any because she just has the shape structure. Yeah, she has that
muscle belly insertion.
Muscularity where it's not overly grainy or striated. It's like Sydney.
Yeah,
where it's just like and like Andrea. I don't know. Maybe it's an African American athlete thing where like they just have perfect separation without it being overly grainy and straight, like hard looking. It's just
pretty. Yeah, I love it. I think it's really nice. What was I going to pull up? Oh yeah, we were talking a little bit about not that we know at all what we're talking about when it comes to bikini, but I feel like there was like a lot of kind of I don't want to say like backlash, I guess, but a lot of confusion around.
A lot of confusion, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tyler put out the recaps, right? Like he does those, he breaks down, and so I watched it because I'm just I like to be in the know what's going on, like with the other divisions. Like I don't want to just know my own shit. So I watched it and I was very confused.
Yeah.
So Maureen won, and this is her second time winning, right? And she to me looked the worst. I'm sorry, she did. She looked the worst. Yeah. She has an incredible posing presentation and good balance, and that's basically the only things that Tyler said in that video positively about her, that she had good presentation and good balance. But then he went on to say about athletes 2 and 3, Ashlyn and Amy, that no guys, this is the conditioning and muscularity we want in bikini. Maureen not conditioned enough and glutes too small. Like, so conditioning and muscularity I thought were the most important things, criteria to meet in a bodybuilding show, especially the Olympia. So I think what happened is that last year they told Laura Lee that they wanted a softer package. And so everyone brought in a little bit of a softer package, but Laura Lee obviously went too far. Something happened.
Yeah.
She didn't look good. Sorry. Love you. But and I think there was a mistake. I genuinely think that the other judges made a mistake and were like, okay, we're going for the softer athlete now. And then Tyler, you could tell by the way he was responding to people that he did not choose Maureen to win. And you could tell that he was like, I need to talk to my judges and make sure they know the criteria. Like I think they made a mistake. He put out that video to be like, don't be like Maureen. She's not what we want. We want like this, but it was too late there. It's already happened.
That makes sense. Yeah.
He was very explicit at the beginning of the video too, and was like, I really want to make sure everyone's very clear on what we're expecting from this division. Like,
so this picture is last year Maureen versus this year winning.
I could see if like this is what won. Like, I don't think I'd have any arguments, you know? But yeah, I don't know. So like she definitely looks like she maybe it's downsizing or maybe it's just softening up, I guess, in the legs. But Yeah, I don't. I feel like it just makes for such a confusing.
It did,
For
and
me,
then
already it's a confusing division.
Tyler was very combative in the comment section. Like people are like pointing out, hey, it sounds like you guys made a mistake, or they were echoing like the same things that I just said. Like, and he is like, like he's very young, I think, and he'll never see this, but yeah, I think his ego gets in the way a little bit. And he was very combative and like rude to people in the comments who were like pointing out what I just said, which we all know is the truth.
What's going on?
I think you're in the reels section. Are you? Oh yeah.
Can you recap here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you can hear the audio.
No, I don't think so.
But if you like look at them, I mean, she's
girls, I think, not come in at their best at this show, which obviously that made it harder to judge for sure.
Did we want to hear it or no?
It's a pretty long video, but
you can like maybe at the beginning.
I'm not trying
to kind of like give an idea.
Top 4 girls and point out some strengths and weaknesses, and then kind of give a review on that. So in first place we had Maureen.
Oh, and he said this person here, Haley White, said he said Jazzy Fresh Jasmine was the softest, like soft from the back, and to me she looked the hardest. So
so Jasmine is very right. This
like
is Jasmine,
she's on the Is she not the hardest?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't she have grain and her tie? Like, what?
It looks like the movie. I mean, I also thought that Ashton was pretty.
Talking about the winner. This is not what we want to see. Talking about 2 and 3. This is what we want to see. It makes sense. And then he was really rude to that person, Adrian. Something.
Okay. Right, make it make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, yeah.
I'll see.
Read my reply below and really use your brain when listening to the breakdown, and maybe it will make sense.
But bro, that is what you said. She's not wrong. You silly goose.
And I don't know. Maybe my only thought of it is like, maybe the weaknesses that Maureen has still wasn't enough for everybody else to come up and steal it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess your presentation and your structure were enough to outbeat the people who came in at the proper conditioning and muscularity, I guess. But like, I still feel like that's not a good or like message to send in ranks.
I mean, how many times in other divisions do you have athletes that win because of their muscularity and conditioning? Every other division, you never see an athlete like, because then my husband, Justin Shire, would have won Tampa if you could win just on structure. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
But it was muscularity and conditioning that won every other division, every other show. So like, okay, bikini's different. Like, you just have to be beautiful and pose. Like, that's what they're looking for. Then
is this not why we brought out Fit Model though? To be a softer bikini? So why are we trying to tell bikini that they should be soft? You know what I mean? Like, and it seems like it's been, I mean, obviously if, you know, I can't remember who you had said, Jasmine, if it was Ashley Colt-Waltzer or Laura Lee that was told to come in softer. But regardless, like, if you're sending that message into like, come in with a softer look, and then everybody comes in softer, and then at the beginning of the video he says, well, it's kind of hard to judge because everybody didn't come in at their best. It's like, if you told them all to be softer, like I don't know, I feel like you get to a point in this division where it's like there's no barometer really, you know, like there's so many different like, look at all of these girls up here. None of them look the same at all. Like, they're all so differently structured, and their muscle sits differently on their bodies. They're posing slightly. Like, it just feels like such a difficult division to try and like it's almost like she's the one, and if she had XYZ, it would be the perfect like representative of this division, you know? So it's like I still feel like they haven't like found like the perfect combination of what they're looking for, you know, this bikini division. But I don't know, bringing in Fit Model is like, okay, if you want this to have a softer look, like that's what you did. You made a new division for it. So like stop telling these girls to come in softer when the feedback like this is like, oh, but these girls have the proper conditioning. It's, I don't know. It's very confusing, and I can see all the frustration from these girls at these pro shows and down. Like, I don't know. It kind of makes it hard as like a coach to know like I have a couple of bikini girls. Like obviously, like we're in the very like lower ranks, but it's like, you know, am I trying to get them to go to these national shows?
Do you want them to look like Maureen, or do you want them to look like Ashlyn and your number 2 and 3, which is what he said this is what it's supposed to look like, but then Maureen won. So it's confusing. And then I don't know if it was the same judges at the Olympia Amateur like the day before. But if you look at the bikini overall winner from the Olympia Amateur, she was like way more conditioned, way more muscle. She looked better than Maureen. So you know, all these people are deservedly confused, and then all these comments, like, not to call anyone out, saying like, "Oh, thanks so much, so great this recap." No, it's still confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that
Oh, go ahead, Chey.
Go ahead. No,
I was just gonna see if you guys know, is there gonna be Fit Model in the Olympia next year, or like when is this becoming?
I think there is. I heard. Yeah, I think they're introducing it next year.
Okay.
Because I think next year is like really the first year of like pro shows happening for Fit Model, because there are some people that have turned pro this year. But like, I guess like, I don't know, like how many? I feel like, I mean, of course, I don't see it anywhere. I don't follow it, so I don't really know how. I don't know how many there have been, but I imagine you know there's gonna be some. There's gonna be some, I guess, enough to try and qualify for the Olympia. Well, because I think they also put it on their new like how to qualify for the Olympia when they broke down like the point system and stuff like that. I think Fit Model was under that category of where they had to like build points to get there if they didn't win the top.
I guess there has to really be at least like 10, right? At least 10 make it.
You have to,
worth putting on stage.
Is there going to be like only these 10 Fit Model pros just like running the circuits? That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's just
small pool to pick from, you know.
Can you imagine, like, not to like discredit what it takes, because it's still hard, but like someone, an open bodybuilder trying to get to the Olympia, like year after year after year, like Quentin. You know, he just did how many shows did he just do? He went to France, he went to there, he went all over the place, trying to make it to the O, and then you got like this Fit Model pro who just does like maybe a 6-8 week prep and just casually like gets it.
Goes to the O.
Like wah.
I always think that like, I don't know, cut out some of these female divisions, and like I think it's funny how like we have so many different categories that women can choose to be a part of, or like a look that they want, or something that kind of is more whatever personalized to what their body can achieve, but like men have 3.
Yeah, why is that? Like what kind of sexism is that? That's everything. That's gotta be. It always is.
I Michael and I have like said so many times, and I don't know like how it would work outside of like the routine and what they would look for, but like if there was like a men's fitness, where like you had some like fucking,
I'd like to see some like
balance beam
break
and like
dancing.
the bars.
Some calisthenics. I'd watch that, or like some
be entertaining,
like Channing Tatum, like dance.
Hardcore.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't we?
Let's funny.
I think now you're looking at Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Well, there is men's wellness.
Yeah, I was gonna say in
So...
there is men's wellness.
Did we actually?
That's legit out there. So I
actually have a friend of mine, Heather, and she coaches a man from Brazil for men's wellness. And she's like, it's very much just like women's wellness. She's like down to like the training routines, like diet obviously is a little bit more, but not too much.
Wow. That's wild.
There's not too much upper body, so
they're still looking for a disproportionate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like not to discredit it, like do what you can do and what you want to do, but I just would not be able to wrap my head around watching a biological male on stage doing those poses in just bottoms, though.
Yeah.
In the top.
And they're not like bodybuilding trunks. They're like wellness.
They're like women's wellness.
Real.
Yeah. Like with the high cut, like
and the sparkle, like it's fully
Or is it like pro category or is it just NPC?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
I haven't seen anything like as far as like pro men's wellness, but I've definitely seen like a lot of the Brazilian NPC or whatever organization they go by that's doing men's wellness.
Interesting. Because you know they'll never add that to the Olympia.
Tyler's already done a whole thing on it, like a full video release where he's like, we will never have men's wellness in the US.
So, like these athletes, they might not, their goal might not be like, to reach that stage.
Yeah,
but there's obviously a dead end there, know.
Yeah. Wonder what Arnold's would have to say about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he already doesn't include half of the women's divisions.
I know.
Anyways, so like the chances of them
definitely doesn't want
wellness are like none. There's no chance.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Yeah. He hates men's physique, so definitely
not
doing men's wellness.
Yeah.
Oh, Arnie. I thought you were progressive, but I guess not.
Can I say how pumped I am to have a bodybuilding trip in like 3 weeks?
Oh my goodness, be in the sun.
And it not be revolving around a show or anybody in prep or
I'm gonna be honest, that time schedule where like we've got to be at fasted cardio at the gym by like 9 a.m. for posing for 3 hours and like
no, it's gonna be
really nice. Chris
I'm excited. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's in 3 weeks.
I sure have it.
Counting down the days. Yeah, it's like 3.5 weeks. We leave Wednesday the 5th, November 5th.
For Florida.
Yeah,
exciting.
Yeah,
that'll be awesome.
Flight at because I think ours leaves at like 5:30 in the morning and we get there at like 9:45.
Yeah, it is really early. It'll be really early for us too, but
so we're just gonna hang out. I mean, we got the rental car, so we'll just we'll get lunch. We'll do something.
Yeah, right. We'll get a lift in or something. Probably
right.
You guys will have to like keep in touch with me.
So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to. Obviously, the idea would be to like link up with you guys and whether it's a lift or it's just going to do something or grabbing a bite to eat or something.
Yeah.
Jasmine,
Yeah, what part of Florida is it?
Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tampa's cool.
Yeah.
In November 5th.
Yeah. 5th to the 9th. We're just to the 9th. Yeah, Wednesday to Sunday.
Is there a show or is it just like a gathering?
Oh, yeah, just a gathering of bodybuilders.
It's a bodybuilding gathering with no bodybuilding. Celebrating a bodybuilding.
A meet and greet.
I think Brendan.
Isn't Haley here now too?
Yeah.
Yes, I think she said she's like 30 minutes from Tampa, so I don't know where that would be.
Just depends which way. Yeah.
Does Clearwater make sense? Is that like a 30-minute?
Yeah, that's right over by Tampa.
I feel like that's where she said she was. Yeah. So we'll try to link up with her too, and maybe get a lift in with her. But I don't know. It feels nice to like
go to the beach for 3 hours and
like chop it up with like-minded people, you know. It's like we're not just me and Michael going down to Tampa for like a bodybuilding like extravaganza of training and lift whatever, you know, and I don't know, just having friends around us that do all the same stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it feels cool to have like opportunities to do this kind of stuff, and I'm excited.
Oh, speaking of Chey, are you and Mike going to New England next weekend?
Yes, we are. Yes, we'll be there.
Perfect. We will too.
Does Chris have anybody in it, or
no? We're just going to hang out and see some friends. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like there's no, especially like for us up here, there's no reason not to go to these like bigger regional shows, you know, like just to, like show face and pull up.
Everyone from New England kind of gathers at them because they're kind of far between. So, and Boston's like 40 minutes from us, 45 minutes. So
yeah, super easy. Yeah, super quick. But yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like, I don't know, do you feel like the New England, not New England shows particular, but Cutler and New England's scene like a down, like just, I don't know, I feel like things aren't as either A, competitive, or like just not as many people showing up to these shows, and I don't really quite know why, I guess, but
was it like that we met at? I think that one was actually pretty good, considering
it was good. I feel like, I don't know, I just remember there being like 150 or so competitors at these shows, and like now it's like sub 100, and I don't know, like a location.
It really did a number on shows as far as just attendance.
Yeah, for sure. But no, that should be a good one. I mean, they're usually the shows to do up here, so I feel like it's tough too in the fall. I feel like not very many people compete in the fall because there's really only, I mean, there is only one national show left in the year, and yeah, I don't know, I feel like more oftentimes than not you're going to see more competitors at the spring circuit. But
you would think because of national being in November, December, that it would be the other way around, you know, people doing qualifiers in that October, November range, and then
just to be able to shoot right off to a national show. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
that's what I did, but it's pretty. I don't enjoy dieting through like Thanksgiving, Halloween, like that.
Nope.
Dude,
I will never ever do that again.
Nope. I never have.
Once, and that's it. Yeah.
In my 7-8 years of competing, I never have.
It's like you are ruining your life. It's like
the only good parts of the year.
No happiness.
Yeah.
No happiness.
I'll gladly miss Easter. That's fine. Or
like
my birthday, something like that. Yeah. But Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah.
My birthday is the day after Christmas, so at least I always get to enjoy that one. I'm like, I'm not missing that.
Yeah.
So,
I
never again. Terrible idea.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where you've
done the last 2 years. And like now, this is the first year in 2 years he actually gets to enjoy Christmas and enjoy Thanksgiving and not just watch.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm so pumped.
Gosh, it's you know, it's just like if you do that year after year after year, how depressing, you know, like you're just lacking that connection with your family and friends. Because let's admit, we're a culture of food. Like we make connections over sharing and making food. So like missing out on that is just so depressing. It really is.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that those times are important, and I, at the very least, like, I know obviously it's like person to person dependent, but if I had a client like going through there, like I would make sure that we are like caught up in a way, or trying to get us to a point of where, you know, during Thanksgiving you can have, you know, freaking a few slabs of turkey and maybe like a scoop of mashed potatoes and like veggies or something like that. Because I don't know, I hate the idea of bringing a fucking Tupperware container to Thanksgiving. You know, that sucks so bad, you know. And you have to deal with all the comments and oh, you can't eat this, and you know, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Well, even like certain places in Massachusetts, whenever Chris would try to go out, and like we would go out whenever my parents came up here, we try to go to Salem, and he was still in prep, so he brought one of his meals with him. We all sit down to eat. The restaurant literally kicked him out for bringing his own food and his own meal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He didn't ask them to like preheat it or anything. He just sat down and started eating it. They're like, no, you can't eat that. If you do, you're going to have to step outside. And he's just like,
That happened to us here as well. Yeah, at a restaurant in Tampa.
It's insane.
You could not, like, me and Ben were both doing like a kind of like a reset. Like, we weren't in prep, but we were doing like a kind of like a gut thing. So we brought our Tupperware in there and we had to go outside and eat it. We were not allowed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like semi get it, kind of, because they don't know like where that's been or like how you eat that food, or I don't know.
Yeah, or if you're like putting it on, let's say, like a plate and pretending that that's food they served you, and maybe like getting a bad review or something.
Get it, but...
Yeah, I guess people are weird like that.
Crazy.
Yeah,
but yes.
But they'll let you break out a scale and like weigh it.
Weigh your food or whatever. Yeah. No, I definitely did not enjoy prepping through that time of year for nationals. It was not my favorite at all. And I just feel like I've always done that kind of spring run anyways, kind of start the new year and, maybe have like a couple weeks before prep starts and just running through the spring shows. And even up until like, I would say like universe time frame of like July, you know what I mean? Like that's still kind of early summer for us where it's like not like super, super nice out, or obviously it's super nice out, but it's not like summer yet for us. So, no, I don't much prefer that, and to each his own, but probably won't again.
Yeah. And then if you're doing a spring start or like February, March start, then you're in shape for the summer. I mean, like, we can't lie that's not, like, even as a professional bodybuilder, that's still a nice thing to like
for sure.
go to the river, the beach, and like, or on the boat and like look good. Like, I still want to,
Nothing is worse than being in New England with low body fat through the winter. That's a new level of pain. It hurts to be lean when there's like 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground and you're just like,
that's exclusively the reason why I have a disgusting looking elliptical in my cute little son. I'm not trying to leave my house at 5 a.m. to go do cardio at the freaking gym. No. Nope. Honestly, I would say, and like this is without my like, hey, you should do this. This is what I do. But like clients that I've had, have been like, I caved and I got a fucking elliptical or a treadmill, and I'm like, I can't blame you. Like it's not. It's not. I don't know. Sucks. Not worth it. Don't like it. I remember Michael and I asked her why we walked or like what the situation was, but the gym was. It wasn't long. It's probably like 3/4 of a mile walk from like our house or whatever, but it was like blizzard outside. That was probably why we didn't drive, because it was just like horribly like blizzarding outside. But yeah, did a whole freaking what's his face from the UK, Mr. Olympia. Why can't I think of his name?
Well, I hear a kitty.
How is a kitty?
That is a peacock. And my neighbor's got a peacock.
Oh,
him screaming
what?
Now, yeah.
No way. It sounded like a cat.
No, that's a peacock. We actually
there's
found that out the other day.
In Massachusetts.
Yeah, and he lives we kind of live like in a little bit of a foresty area, but right across there's like a huge dirt wall, and we kept hearing that noise. So finally, we see the guy that owns the house across the street. We're like, "Excuse me, what is that noise coming from the background?" He goes, "Oh, it's a peacock!" Like all excited about it. And I was like, "Oh shit! All right,
amazing. That's so funny."
Is there
wild?
What's the climate they have to be like? Are they okay up here?
I would assume he does have a pretty decent spot of land that he has like a little like room for it, or like a shed with a heat in there for it, but.
They were like native in South Africa. They were native when I grew up. They were native. That sound reminds me like very nostalgic of like my childhood. Wild peacocks everywhere.
They're so pretty.
It sounded like a cat through the speakers. Like
it did.
Yeah, that's what we thought it was at first when we heard it. I was like, that's either like a bobcat somewhere or a cat in distress.
Big, loud kitty.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen it? has it like shown like pretty feathers? Have you?
That's the one thing I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure because their property is kind of shrouded in trees. I'm pretty sure it just like sits up in the trees because they can actually fly. And I'm pretty sure it just jumps in the trees and just screams all day. That's its MO.
That's
I wonder how Brianni is doing.
I saw top 4.
I saw top 4, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've been like so pumped for this debut for her. I'm just like following along. Honestly,
like shape and structure. Looks great.
I'm really excited.
I would say just the improvements that she's made since she went. Yeah.
Well, she comes from like a professional like powerlifting background, so I think.
Yeah, you're talking about an athlete who is the strong. Like, I think pound for pound, the strongest powerlifter female.
Yeah.
Like her deadlift, I wasn't like 600 pounds or something. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna play this video. She looks so cute.
But how like cool she got to stand next to Natalia.
Dude, that is so sick.
That was a dope comparison shot too.
Who are the other 2 in the top 4 that we're talking about? Because I haven't followed it too closely today.
Let me look.
Because there's no live stream, right?
I don't think so. Here it goes again.
I don't think there's a live stream for this one. Oh, it is. It definitely does sound like a cat. That's crazy.
It does. Wild.
Okay. Oh yeah. So the chick that is a chick but prefers to look like in her day to day. I feel that, and that is no disrespect at all. I don't know how else to describe her. I don't know her name.
I think it's like Mariana, if that's how you say it. Mariana. I don't know.
And then you have a Mexican athlete, Carlise Torres, who is in the top 4 with Natalia, Brianni, and that other athlete.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Everybody looks, at least this top 6 here, looks like they're in really good shape. But it's been really cool following along with Brianni, and like I'm really happy that she documented it in a way. Just because I don't know, I feel like a lot of the times it's so hard to follow some of the women like coming into shows like and like kind of being like, oh, who's gonna, who do you think is gonna be in like top 5 when like nobody's really putting out, where they're at or updates or.
Yeah, I love that. I think Haley and Jessica, they were talking about on their podium podcast about how we'd like to see more like athletes being comfortable with putting out those like organic, raw moments, those check-in photos, sharing your journey so that we can follow along. We can be excited for you. It helps to build that runway. People are paying attention. And she did that. She shared, and look how, everyone's talking about her.
And then it's cool too, like, I don't know, even if I guess you don't put it on Instagram, like at least do it for yourself, to be able to like look back and like kind of be able to reflect on your journey and stuff. And like, especially like for your pro debut, like she has like all of this footage now of like, watching herself get here and, just, I don't know, I just really appreciated that she put it all out there.
Hunter was really good about that too, I feel like.
Yeah, Hunter does share quite.
Yeah.
I was not good about sharing in my last prep because I was like, I was trying really hard to beat a particular person. Like I had like a rival, and so I didn't want to share.
Didn't want to like.
I was behind, like, oh fuck, I'm behind, and she's not like, so I just didn't want to share.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like just another job, it's like it gets a little,
Yeah.
at least for me, social media gets sometimes a little overstimulating. It's like, all right, like I just worked all day. Now I got to train and like,
the last
now
thing
what do I post online? You know what I mean? It's just like so much.
Oh, yeah, it is a job. I mean,
yeah.
especially if you have sponsors, you know, like I'm making like you know, decent like living wage off of sponsors, and so like I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't not. Yeah. It's like going to your job and not doing your job, you know, what they're paying you to be there to do.
Yeah.
But that can be hard when it like that you're sharing like yourself. So like what if you're having a bad day, feeling like shit, you're not in the mood, like, oh, I gotta like put on a face and pretend that I'm feeling good when I'm not. Like, yeah, that can be really hard.
And it's always easier said than done too, right? Like you can sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna share the bad days too. Like even if it's like I'm hopping on my story to say, I feel like shit and I feel like I look like shit and today hasn't been a good day. Like
yeah,
to actually
I mean
like,
that's authentic and real. I think people appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, in the moment, it's like I don't want to talk to anybody at all. I don't want, you know, to put this out there at all. Or and then also too, like I think some people kind of have that similar thing, Jasmine, of like, you know, I kind of want to like make a statement when I show up and I kind of want it to be like this unveiling in a way. You know, following along like, you know, week by week and seeing the changes happen and how somebody's, and then like it just, I feel like there's so much pressure associated with that too, you know, because like people see these update photos and like don't understand that, like, I don't know, like for some divisions, you know, a figure chick could be like fucking paper thin and like super conditioned, but then, you know, she steps on stage and she's a little softer, like oh, like what happened, you know, like she was so lean and like her conditioning was so on point.
Yeah.
And like, and I don't know, it just kind of gives people this preconceived notion of like how you're supposed to look on stage that might not necessarily understand like your process or what you're trying to do or like how you're trying to peak for a certain look or whatever.
I think that's a big thing in to be honest, in bikini. I know a lot of girls like when they're peaking for a bikini show, they intentionally get very lean and then spill over. So like what you're seeing there, you know, during the lead up is like not really what you're gonna see on stage. But speaking of like incredible peak and conditioning, like you guys see what Tessa looked like at Hurricane?
Oh my God. I love her physique. As far as women's figure, like,
whoa. I was so impressed. Oh my God.
I liked seeing that too because like she's so much shorter than the rest of the girls.
Like
it's
4'11" or something.
Yeah, it's so nice though that she didn't get like lost in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's I'm glad that
always top tier.
She just looked amazing. That slow, high quality video of her posing, I was just like, holy shit. Her shape, her conditioning, her peak, she was full and dry and balanced and symmetrical, and her calves are huge. And yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah, they're touching.
Where is that video? Let's see if I can find it.
And like
if you can find it
without losing any conditioning too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, her lines are very nice in her legs. And she's got like that perfect little bit of
glute fullness.
Conditioning. Yeah, and fullness for sure.
Yeah, she really nailed it. And watching her journey leading up there, she was she's been in prep for a long time. It seems like she's been in prep for a long time. But she was doing these like crazy high days leading up, these like 1,000 carb, 900 carb freaking high days for this 103-pound girl. Like she was eating good.
Yeah, how crazy is that to think that like this is only 103 pounds? Like she looks like 140. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shape right there is insane. Like her waist is tiny.
Yeah.
Did you send it back?
Yeah, I sent it to the girl pod. Yeah. That video is amazing. I'm just like, okay, I need to I need to step it up.
I know what I need to work on.
Oh, actually, she hasn't been skipping calves. I guess I need to stop skipping calves.
I firmly believe that people that have calves don't actually train them. They're just fucking blessed with calves, because there's this chick locally that competes. She's a wellness competitor, and she's coached by Crystal's husband. So she came and did check-ins on Thursday when I was there. And I was just like looking, I was like, dude, your fucking calves are like massive. She goes, I literally like, I don't train them. Like this is just how they are, like regularly. Like
well, now
it's just from like walking or being a person.
Yeah,
like
they're shorter, they walk on their toes, it naturally builds
calves.
I mean, just like Lola. Do you think Lola trains her calves? I find Lola's calves almost distracting.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, they're pretty massive. And then like you look at like Rhea, and I feel like she probably trains them, not genetically predisposed to have them.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a pretty shot. Yeah, I feel like her conditioning was definitely on point for this. Like her hamstrings aren't like too roped out or like too conditioned, but yeah, her legs are like super full but still have really great separation. So good. And I love that suit too. It's a pretty suit.
I feel like a lot has changed about figure, like, because I started in figure when I first started competing, and then obviously I like went into women's physique and then did wellness. So I honestly kind of stopped paying attention to figure for a while there. And now I've been like starting to pay attention again. And I just feel like over the last like 10 years, it's changed so much. The suits, I even saw like some girls have like a solid color suit, and that was like never. Like you'd always see like the crazy designs. Like I feel like it's almost, I don't want to say like wellness, but the posing is a lot more like intricate now than it used to be. Like the suits are kind of different. Like it's a lot more like girly. I don't know, something. It's wellness-esque to me in a way.
It's more flowy, less boxy. Because I know whenever I did their first started in figure as well, like the posing was kind of similar to women's physique in like a robotic sense.
Yeah.
You wanted crisp, clean lines, very strict posing. There wasn't like any of like none of that. And now it's like for me trying to decipher what division I would even do if I ever competed again. It's like I'm not flowy either. So it's just
I struggle with that. I feel very stiff.
Yeah.
Like
I like, especially coming from women's physique.
Relax my hand.
Such a robotic, like
I don't know. It's very interesting. But same Ashlyn. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I honestly don't even know what I would compete in at this point.
It's such a toss up. It really is. And like there's some aspects of me like, I could do wellness, and then I try to hit wellness pose, and I'm like, no, you couldn't. Don't be dumb.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There, like, did you guys pay attention to wellness at Olympia? Like,
yeah,
I like Edwarda. I think she was really good, but I was expecting. I guess I'm interested in like what happened with Tiffany.
Yeah.
They need to just downsize her lower half. It's it fits more of like the Brazilian wellness category than it does like the American, in my opinion. And like dense fucking muscular legs, they're massive, but it's almost a distraction, and it kind of like muddles the flow in a lot of her transitions and poses for me.
I watched like she did a Q&A on her story like sometime after the Olympia, and a lot of people were saying like, so are you going to downsize, what's the plan moving forward? And she has no plans of downsizing according to her. Like she likes
that's very clear.
And she's like, I don't care if I don't fit the criteria, I want to look this way, like I'm inspiring like some of you guys, and this is how I like to look, and I'm fine if I don't place a certain way. So
I think that's commendable. I think
that is.
That, no one's gonna force you to do anything. So,
but on the latter, I feel like if you're gonna take that route, then you probably shouldn't like trash talk every other competitor that does better than you. Because of that factor.
Yeah.
Maybe dial that down a little bit.
She's very dense. Like her muscle is like so dense.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Her propensity to build her lower body is like amazing. Really. If there was ever one more division where it was like bigger leg, like even bigger legs, and like you could have more upper body.
Yeah.
Like a disproportionate like women's physique. Like
there was a brief month where she was doing women's physique. I don't know what exactly happened to that turn, but I honestly thought that was a better decision and call for her because of her ability to put on muscle and size and like still in really good like shape.
For sure.
We didn't get to see that one to fruition.
Well, do you think that could still come out to play, or do you think she's like, no, I just want to focus on my lower body and that's the look that I like?
I don't know.
I saw somebody asked her that on that story. I was like, I saw like all the stories of hers after the Olympia, and somebody asked her about that, and she was like, I don't fit the women's bodybuilding or women's physique criteria. I will never like
I don't think
those divisions and
like the taper that you would need, like even if she did build that muscle, I don't think she has like a
I mean it really comes
down to relaxed look.
Clavicular width. You don't have a wider clavicular width. You can put on all the muscle you want. You're still not going to have that.
She'll be like blocky. So I don't know. Just gonna be a phenom, I guess.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
I always say like all the time too, I can't imagine getting to a point where I'm now being told that no, you can no longer train how you like to train, because if you do, you're going to pretty much like outsize or fall out of like the division. I don't know, and this has been like a conversation that like Michael and I have tossed around, or like he's like had with like his guy friends or whatever. And I feel like it kind of goes in the same sense with female divisions too. Like I feel like all roads ultimately lead to bodybuilding. Like if you are seeking that constant improvement and that, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to have that brake pedal, I guess, kind of be pressed down of like have to slow things down.
Yeah. If you're in smaller division, you'll always probably hit
improve
that.
on your way up.
Healing.
Yep. So I mean, obviously if somebody's like accepting the fact that like, it would obviously be different if she kind of took it more like, no, I'm going to make them, see that like, this is what they want or something like that. You know what I mean? Like she obviously is aware that, nope, it's fine. They're not going to like this look and that's okay, because I'm going to keep doing what I do because I enjoy it. And, I don't know, she enjoys getting on stage and understands that she might not place, high where she may want to, but by all means, do your thing,
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what she does.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see if she ever does compete, or if, like you said, just lives it, lives the lifestyle. Like, do you guys also see that Meg is retired? Meg Sylvester Celine is retired. Yeah,
she is.
Yeah, I've watched her YouTube, and she talked about she's retired and no longer competing and just wants to build like more of a wellness physique for everyday life.
Okay, cool. Because I definitely like got those vibes of like, I mean, we talked about it a bit in the chat of like, is she trying to tell us she's transitioning on this? You know?
It kind of looked like she was maybe like trying to transition into wellness, or just downsize her upper body for figure, like we said, or
I noticed it was like
she was retiring though.
Getting to a point where I felt like her upper was like downsizing too much.
Yeah.
Especially like the delts and stuff. I was like, okay, well, I think you need to add some upper back in. But no, her back is, her back is still thick and dense, like her erectors and stuff. So, but no, I think she's done, and she also spoke about like how she didn't want to take like any more assistance PEDs, that she would like she was kind of done with that. Like she felt like she a little bit like in the interview that she gave, that she had kind of reached a point. She was like, she didn't regret anything that she had done, but like she reached a point where maybe she just didn't want to take it further.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, we talk about it all the time. Like, you kind of have to have your line of like what you feel you're comfortable with, and also understand that that may change as you go on, and like once these things actually start popping around and kind of rearing their faces and stuff. And again, very much a recent conversation that, or just like something I guess that like I've been mindful of, is I feel like I'm in the spot, because I feel like I'm very aware of it. Like my voice is like starting to like make the downward trend, and like it's a weird like consciousness about it, because I feel like no, like I don't sound, you know what I mean? Like I don't sound any different, because it's like it's me. I talk every day, like I hear myself every day. But it's also this like I'm constantly like like trying to like clear my
that is a sign of like vocal irritation, like so what you could do now, Chey, if you're noticing this, is start vocal exercises. Like I do that too. Like I asked ChatGPT to like design me like a vocal daily, like 5 to 10 minute vocal exercises that you go through that help you like keep some of that range, because that's what happens is like you lose that ability to access that upper register. So doing those vocal exercises can help you keep some of that range.
That makes a lot of sense. I
do like 5 minutes a day of like this little program, and then just to keep keep access to those ranges, because it is important to me to like maintain that as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that definitely makes a lot of sense, because you're not, at least I'm not actively like, I'm just talking normal. You know what I mean? Like where my voice kind of sits and falls. Like I'm just not, mindfully or cognizantly, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say?
Consciously.
Yeah. Trying to like bring my voice up, but definitely I notice it most when I like at the show yesterday, like trying to yell for people from the crowd.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't yell. I don't try and like talk. Like you can make it worse by straining your voice, by yelling, talking like without lubrication. So avoid that if you can. Like keep drinking that water. And also like they say trying to like access your head voice more than your chest voice. So your head voice is like the voice that resonates in your head and your nose, and then your chest voice, like the deeper register in your chest. Trying to
I do the same thing.
Trying to like access that head voice as much as you can throughout the day. Just like do little like practices. It will help you save
funny.
That.
The number of times I've like recorded myself on my phone to like see like is it changing?
I delete those immediately. I hear them like, no, delete. Go back to that.
Yep.
Well, not do that. I definitely because I work obviously at the countertop place or whatever, so like I'm often answering phones, and I definitely put on like a much higher like customer service.
The customer
service voice. Yeah,
you have to.
You're calling Surface Creations, like just very like up there. But it's a very weird spot to be in when you're like aware of it,
Yeah, you're like, what do I do? What do
I know?
I won't lie, I've definitely gotten sir a couple of times going through a drive-through, and like
really?
I don't try to hide my voice by any means, but I definitely didn't realize there were things you can do to prevent it from getting worse. And so now, like, here I sit, and there's times like I go through a drive-through, I'm on the phone, I'm like, "Hi, this is like it sounds so fake and so forced." And I'm just
that
was pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
But to hear it like in person, you're like, no,
you can't sit there and talk like that. Yeah,
it hurts.
It feels forced.
It really hurts.
It does. Yeah. No, it's funny. But
man,
it gets being aware of it, and then Chey is as good as you can decide where to toggle it from there.
Exactly. Kind of like where I'm comfortable and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. It's never been like something that like, I don't know. I'm not saying like, oh no, like I need to stop doing everything because like I'm experiencing this. You know what I mean? Like I know that obviously this is a potential side effect, and like I'm comfortable at least like for right now. And maybe if obviously like more things pop up that I'm a little less comfortable with, then that'll be a different story. But it is funny like having, I don't know, people like inquiring about like, okay, if I like wanted to take that next step, like, what do I have for options in terms of like PED use that like don't maybe give me as many side effects, or like I have a client like inquiring about it and just kind of making that next step, I guess, like step or jump. And like it's such a weird territory, I feel like, for me, because I'm just like
you could I'm always thinking about like suggesting more like, if their main concern is virilization, like the female virilization and androgenic side effects from anabolic, you could steer them more into like the peptide realm, not SARMs or anything, but like peptides don't have any major androgenic virilization effects, but it also doesn't have any like major long-term research. So it's like, but that's like you could. Well, how much could you potentially do with like just some IGF-1, a little bit of like a safely properly used insulin, or just
like
things like that, GH, retatrutide, like there's a lot of hard training food, and implementing those GH and insulin sensitivity protocols that could potentially like get you pretty far.
I just think sometimes it can be a tough realization for a competitor to kind of come to that realization of like, I have a lot of muscle I have to put on for this division, and how long am I willing to take to do this naturally? And not necessary, and that's not to say that, you're going to cut the time that takes in half by introducing, PEDs or peptides or whatever, SARMs. But I think that was just kind of like her, whatever, like seeing a show this weekend and be like, shit, like these girls are fucking jacked. And like, I still have, I've still got plenty of ways to go to kind of get up to where I feel like I would be competitive at a national show. But again, like it's such a weird territory, I feel like, for me, as like, I'm explicitly not going to tell you to do something, you know what I mean? But like, if I were to give you guidance on that, this is probably what I would use and what I would implement, which would be just like very like the least and like the smallest dose that we can do to like try something out and see how it affects you, get your blood work done and stuff, and make sure that like nothing's too, awry or whatever. But
was that her first show?
No. So she's competed in a national show already, and a small handful of regional shows. But again, I will say, like, the girls that showed up yesterday at this regional show were freaking like jacked, and like I wish my abs looked like that on stage. Like that is like, if you don't have abs, like you don't have abs. Like obviously you can kind of work on them and build some muscle down there, but I'm very much a believer in like, just some people are genetically gifted with like that blocky, like separated, like or whatever.
Like Eleni.
Oh yeah,
has like the best.
Yeah.
Red Bull abs. Oh my god,
we're jealous.
Eleni Bellini. She has some of the best abs though.
She did really good, right? Her
Roadhouse just like laid out on a little baking sheet. It's a weird comparison. I'm sorry, but
I dig it.
It worked. It
made
worked.
sense. It was solid. She did pretty decent at her recent showing, correct?
She did great. Yeah, at her pro debut, she got fourth, I believe. Yeah. So
yeah.
I want to say that Missy won that show.
Yeah, right. You were there, right? You watched it, Jasmine?
I know I did. I wouldn't make it.
No.
But she looked really good.
Okay.
She looked really good.
Aw, the pup.
Really?
How's it been? How's she been?
What was that?
How's she been in terms of like
she's
training?
Just been a 9-month-old terror.
Yeah.
Commands and training she did know is just out the window because she wants to test every limit and border, and suddenly the cats are fascinating to her.
Really? Yeah. How are they?
Kind of a German shepherd thing. They're just like so high energy,
high drive, everything.
Yeah, and like don't like being touched that much, like her ears and her paw. Like, no, don't touch it.
Oh no, she wants to be like caressed and held, and like thinks she's a 10-pound lap dog. I'm like, no, dude, you're 60 pounds. Like
she's already 60 pounds.
Yeah, she's grown so fast, and she's like yay big and can fit on laps, and so she'll jump in my lap, and then I get like head butted glasses are flying off, like, remotes on.
I feel like dude has no sense of like personal surrounding. He'll just like throw his head back and like hit me in the nose or like the mouth or something.
And it's like that split second where you like get really mad, and then
you're just like
wait
a little bit.
You're so cute. Yeah, it's been a lot of
baby.
Yes. How's your dog doing, Jasmine?
Good. I got 2, Wally. You see a lot on my social media. And then I've got an older dog. She's like 16 years old. She's so old.
Aww.
She's doing fine. Like she got hit by a car when she was young, like a 6-month-old puppy, and had like screws and like plates on her pelvis because she like shattered her pelvis. So she's always had that. She's always had like a weird gimpy leg. Like we thought we were gonna have to amputate her leg. So she like walks around like with this gimp. Anyway, it's like she has a lot of trouble walking around like in the hardwood floors. And, she's old girl.
Are you still using like the grippy socks that you got her?
Yeah.
Aww.
So I'll put those on in the morning. She like on her back feet because that's where she's like weakest, and it helps her get around quite a bit. Like those surgery like grippy socks.
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't want to think about it. Which approaching the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's always been like a big thing of like why it's been hard to make a decision to get a dog is like just knowing that like you have maybe 10, 15 years, depending on obviously the breed, to like at a time you think like, 10 years? Are you kidding me? Like that's plenty of time,
It goes
so fast. Like here it is already. Yeah.
You guys, literally the other day, Ben's gonna probably laugh because he's behind me. But so I was like a day away from getting my period, and I was very emotional, and I don't normally cry very easily. Like I don't cry very much. So but I randomly was like snuggling the dog, and I started thinking like, oh my gosh, you're gonna die one day, and then I just started thinking about like this other dog, a friend of mine that we dog sit sometimes, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna die, and then we're not gonna have to like go over there and dog sit anymore, and that's gonna be weird. And I just burst into tears. And Ben was like, what is wrong with you?
I feel like we all have that moment. Like if you have a pet, we've all had that moment where you just maybe you see a sad video of like an old dog down, and then you look at your dog and you're like,
hysterics, just full hysterics.
It's gonna be you.
I know. When they do the videos, that I've come across a few of them lately, and I fucking hate it. But when they it's a video of the dog now or animal now, and like they're really old, and it's like how this animal thinks you see them as, and then it's like how you really see them, and it's their like their puppies or something.
Oh,
like, yeah.
The funniest one I saw that is funny and sad was of like a hamster. The hamster at the end of its life had no hair. It had like barely any hair, like walking, like hobbling around
like a little rat.
It was disgusting, old, decrepit.
Like living tumor.
It was so gross, but when it was like a cute little hamster. You know?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's funny. Yeah. The reason why I said animals because the reason one I saw was like a hog or something, like a pale hog. And it was definitely very crusty. It was very old, very crusty.
Crusty. That's
But then yeah, you see a little piglet, and it's so cute.
That's a good, that's a good definition. Crusty. It was
crusty.
It was a crusty hamster.
I had a crusty guinea pig growing up. It was so sad. He just got old and, like you said, just lost all of his fur and just like looked like a naked burrito. Just
oh my gosh,
naked mole rat. Yeah,
yeah,
impossible.
Like one solid cylinder.
Yeah, why do they all lose their fur?
I don't know. It was just getting old, and like here I am, like 14 years old. Like,
hair loss, yeah.
Hairless, like, just
age-related hair loss.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Okay.
Aged alopecia.
I mean, impressive that you had a guinea pig that lasted till
He was
I feel like we all, you have a story of like how your hamster tragically died.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Only in the microwave. No.
Jesus Christ.
Kidding.
Just like disappeared one day.
Yeah.
Appeared and reappeared in the dishwasher somehow.
Found it outside, like dead. Yeah.
Squawking
around, scaling the wall one day, or just look up and there's a fucking hamster.
Like solid, like all desiccated.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Smell something coming from the vent. Like, what is that? No.
Crystal had that recently, apparently. I guess there was like a mouse like trapped under their fridge in their basement. And like just like like what the hell is the smell? And, like
no, that's the worst. Yeah.
On the ground, it was like kind of in between, like like how fridges have like that back, whatever that is, rack there. It was like stuck like in that.
Oh my god.
Gross.
Throw the whole fridge out.
And then Deuce, because he comes with me when I go over there. All of a sudden he just like trots back into the room that we work in and plops down on the dog bed with a fucking dead mouse in his mouth. And we're just like, what?
Where?
No, we're not gonna freaking toss that around and play with that, please. Thank you. Gross.
No.
It's crazy. Animals be crazy. Well, all right, my ladies, I do have to go grab my child some dinner. It's been about an hour 30. I feel like that's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get Hunter on next week and have like a full kind of recap of and her experience on how she feels and stuff. And she's getting ready to do the show in Nevada, right? With what the show that I think so. I think she's been saying that she's like 3 weeks out or something.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
I didn't know that. I'll have to.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I'll have to look into that more.
I think it was like I can't remember like what we saw that said it, but then also Brianni like validated it by like she like posted a story like, when Hunter's like 21 days out, but she's still here in like Mexico with me and stuff that.
Okay.
So I think he's doing that. Why can't I think of the guy's name that promotes it? The show that's in Vegas that he like is. He I can't remember like what he did to try and like help the female divisions do it. Like I think like I don't know, raise prize money for the I don't fucking know what his name is. He's gonna kill me now. We worked quite a bit because it was like, oh, that's awesome because it's 4 weeks after the Olympia. That would be so amazing for women bodybuilders to do. And
it's not Jake Wood, is it?
No. Austin. Is his name Austin? Austin.
Jasmine, your face. You're like,
Let's do it.
That
Austin.
one guy.
I'm not gonna find
I know
it.
my
Makes sense that
is
she's
actually
doing it.
sponsoring women's bodybuilding, but I don't remember what show it's at. Let me figure this
out. Austin Carr, Karr. He promotes, the Steve Carr Las Vegas Classic.
Oh yeah, I've heard that name before. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing it's the Las Vegas Classic Pro Show.
Oh yeah, so that's the show that my brother's girlfriend is actually sponsoring. She's sponsoring the women's bodybuilding portion.
So
Rachel,
I saw that.
Yeah, you met her at my wedding, Rachel.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I remember actually it was because it's an NPC show, but he added he made it a pro show. Like he bought in so he could have classic physique women's bodybuilding.
It's the Steve Carr Las Vegas Classic introducing women's pro bodybuilding.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. And that obviously would set
Rania Temescan is.
Yeah, I saw that. He did an interview with Rania.
Yeah. So that'll be really cool. Hopefully she can score that win and score the qualification for next year's Olympia. How much money would that be?
That we're gonna all be in Tampa by chance?
Oh. And then
yes, it is. It's November 8th. Yeah, it's November 8th.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, fuck yeah. We should watch it. There's definitely going to be I think there's a live stream. I think he said there's going to be a live stream.
I got to say, one thing I just realized today, which I feel really stupid about, but I thought everybody was on a point system for the Olympia, and it's not.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's like only classic physique, men's physique, bikini, and wellness.
Yeah.
I'm like, so like figure, I had no clue. So that's kind of good to know. Yeah.
Yep. I know it was kind of like confusing, I think, when they first put it out, but
it seemed like it was just across the board. Like this is the rule.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I learned that because that's a big thing.
Yeah, no, that's why I was so concerned at first. I was like, there's gonna be no one in women's physique. There's gonna be like 5 competitors and that's it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Because the same, 5 people will just do all these shows and win them.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Just the divisions, which I think like are the ones that are actively competing like quite a bit throughout the year anyways. So I feel like that makes sense. But exciting, super exciting for Hunter to kind of finish out her comp season with the show and again, hopefully score that Olympia ticket for next year. Well, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, ladies. Well, we will chat in the chat, and thanks for coming on, Ashlyn, and wanting to be more permanently a part of this. I think, I don't know. It's nice to have some more. I don't know, just somebody that has like a lot of good skin in the game, and has been around and made a lot of connections in the bodybuilding world to kind of chip in and. Help us put out some of this, these more muscly female divisions, some spotlight. So,
for sure.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All
right, ladies.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bad bitch, I'm a